Friends, we'll solve 10 questions on ratio and proportion from 4th SSC CGL solution set of suresolve.com. This is Atanu Chaudhary. The first question. Ratio of incomes of A and B as well as B and C are 3:2. If 1/3 of A's income exceeds 1/4 of C's income by ₹1,000, then find B's income in rupees. Let incomes of A, B and C be respectively ₹A, ₹B and ₹C. The equations for the two given ratios are then A by B equal to 3/2 and B by C equal to also 3/2. We need the value of A by C as the first linear equation because we'll get the second linear equation from the second given condition that also relates values of A and C. Next we'll solve for C from these two equations, and finally, using this value in B by C equal to 3/2, we will get the value of B immediately. This is our problem solving strategy. Okay? The easiest way to get A by C in a ratio equation is to multiply the two given equations together so that B cancels out. As a result, you will get A by C equal to 9/4. Now we'll use the second condition that 1/3 of A is more than 1/4 of C by ₹1,000 to get the result as 1/3 of A equal to 1/4 of C plus 1,000, or A equal to 3/4 of C plus 3,000. Substitute this expression for A in first linear equation to get the value of C as ₹2,000. With C equal to ₹2,000 from B by C equal to 3/2, you will get the income of B as ₹3,000. Simple. Answer is option B, 3,000. Second question. If the cost of pins reduces by ₹4 per dozen, 12 more pins can be purchased for ₹48. Find the cost of pins per dozen after price reduction. You will notice that all quantities except 12 more pins are in dozens. So we'll rephrase 12 more pins to 1 dozen more pins and synchronized unit of counting quantities to dozens, right? Assume X as original number of pins in dozens and Y as original price of a dozen pins. So before reduction in price, total cost is 48 equal to XY. This is our first equation in X and Y. And after price reduction, new price is Y minus 4 and dozens of pins X plus 1. Total cost remaining unchanged at ₹48, you have the total cost as 48 equal to X plus 1 times Y minus 4, or 4 times X plus 1 equal to Y. Substitute for Y in the first equation. Result is 4x squared plus 4x minus 48 equal to 0, or finally x plus 4 times x minus 3 equal to 0. X cannot be negative as minus 4, so it must be 3. Finally, original cost of pins per dozen Y equal to 48/3 equal to ₹16, and after price reduction, new price of pins per dozen ₹12. Answer is option A, ₹12. Third question. A dishonest grocer sells rice at a profit of 10%, but he uses weights 20% less than the marked. Find his total gain. The dishonest grocer uses spurious weights 20% less than the marked weight and earns a profit of 10% officially. Mark the word officially. This means if ₹100 per kg were the cost price, he sells 1 kg rice at ₹110, right? But as he uses spurious weights 20% less than the marked weight, he actually sells 0.8 kg rice costing ₹80 at a price of ₹110. On every ₹80 then, his profit is ₹30. His total percentage gain is 30 times 100 divided by 80 equal to 37.5%. Answer is option B, 37.5%. Fourth question. The smallest integer, which when subtracted from both the terms of 6:7 results in a ratio less than 16:21, is what you have to find out. We will take the direct and simplest approach in this case by trying out the 4 choice values one by one as the minimum desired number. As we have to find the minimum number which when subtracted from both the terms of 6/7 results in a new number less than 16/21, the trial will be with choice values 2, 3, 4 and 5 in ascending order starting with 2. The choice value with which the fraction after subtraction becomes less than 16 by 21 first will be the answer. For first trial with 2, change fraction is 4 by 5. Subtract 4 by 5 from 16 by 21. Result is minus 4 by 105. So choice value 2 is invalid as 4 by 5 is greater than 16 by 21. For second trial with 3, change fraction is 3 by 4. Subtract 3 by 4 from 16 by 21. Result is 1 by 84 positive. This is the first choice number in ascending value sequence with which change fraction 3 by 4 is less than 16 by 21. So choice value 3 is our answer. Answer is option C, 3. Fifth question. In a vessel A, milk and water are mixed in a ratio 8:5 and in a second vessel B in a ratio 5:2. In what ratio these two mixtures are to mix to get a mixture containing 69 3 by 13% of milk? First, convert the target milk percentage to target milk ratio. 69 3 by 13% equal to 69 times 13 plus 3 divided by 1300 equal to 9 by 13. This is a problem of finding milk to mixture ratio when two milk mixtures of different milk to water ratios are mixed together. Quick solution is based on basic concepts of mixing two mixtures. In the first step, convert milk to water ratios in the two mixtures to milk to whole mixture volume ratios. This will simplify solution effects. Total number of portions in first 8:5 mixture is 8 plus 5 equal to 13 and in second 5:2 mixture is 5 plus 2 equal to 7. The milk to water ratios can now be converted to milk to whole mixture volume ratios. For the first mixture it is 8:13 and for the second 5:7. We will use here the most basic concept of mixing two liquids or solids. The truth assumed in mixing is, in a homogeneous milk mixture, ratio of milk to water remains unchanged in any volume of mixture. Using this basic concept, in the second step find the milk volume in 1 liter of first mixture as 8 by 13 liter and in 1 liter of second as 5 by 7 liter. Now assume X liter of first mixture and Y liter of second mixture are mixed together. Total milk volume in X plus Y liters of final mixture is then 8x by 13 plus 5y by 7 liters. This gives milk to final whole mixture volume ratio as 8x by 13 plus 5y by 7 divided by x plus y equal to 9 by 13 as given in the problem statement. Cross multiply and simplify to get 56x plus 65y equal to 63x plus 63y or 7x equal to 2y. So, x is to y equal to 2:7. That is, required ratio of mixing is 2:7. Answer, option B, 2:7. Sixth question. Rupees 180 are to be divided among 66 men and women. Men and women receive total amount in the ratio of 5:4, but individually men and women receive money in the ratio of 3:2. Find the number of women. Total number of portions in ratio 5:4 is 9 and these 9 portions equal rupees 180. So each portion value is 180 by 9 equal to rupees 20. This is the portions use technique. That means men receive in total rupees 100 and women in total rupees 80. If number of men were equal to number of women, individually also the men and women would have received their share in the ratio of 5:4, isn't it? But in this case their numbers are different as the receipt ratio is not 5:4. Assume number of women as x, so that number of men is 66 minus x. Now we'll apply unitary method. X women receive rupees 80, so one woman receives rupees 80 by x. Similarly, 66 minus x men receive rupees 100, so one man receives rupees 100 by 66 minus x. Ratio of the two is 100x divided by 80 times 66 minus x equal to 3 by 2. Or 5x equal to 6 times 66 minus 6x. Or 11x equal to 6 times 66. Or x equal to 36. Number of women is 36. Answer is option B, 36. Seventh question. Water is 1 2 by 5 times as heavy as a liquid L1 and another liquid L2 is 1 3 by 7 times as heavy as water. Find the amount of liquid L2 that must be added to 7 liters of liquid L1 so that the mixture may weigh as much as an equal volume of water. Let weight of 1 liter of liquid L1 be L1, weight of 1 liter of liquid L2 be L2, and weight of 1 liter of water be W. As water is 1 2 by 5 times or 7 by 5 times as heavy as liquid L1, the per liter weights of the two are related as W equal to 7 by 5 L1 or 5W equal to 7 L1. Again, liquid L2 is 1 3 by 7 or 10 by 7 times as heavy as water, and so the per liter weights of the two are related as L2 equal to 10 by 7 W. Now assume x liters of liquid L2 is added to 7 liters of liquid L1 so that weights of the 7 plus x liter of mixture equals 7 plus x times W. The situation is represented by the equation 7L1 plus XL2 equal to 5W plus 10x by 7W equal to 7 plus xW. W cancels out, leaving x equal to 14 by 3 equal to 4 2 by 3. Answer is option C, 4 2 by 3 liters. Eighth question. A cricketer with bowling average of 24.85 runs per wicket takes 5 wickets for 52 runs and consequently decreases his average by 0.85. Find the number of wickets taken by him till the last match. Average of values of a number of items is given by total value of the items divided by the total number of items. So the total value of the items is the product of the total number of items and their average. Let n be the number of wickets taken till last match. So total runs given after the final match is expressed in two ways as 24.85n plus 52 equal to 24 times n plus 5, or 0.85n equal to 68, or n equal to 6800 by 85 equal to 80. Answer is option D, 80. Ninth question. If 2 is added to both the terms of a fraction, the new fraction exceeds the old by 1 by 24. Find the difference between the two terms of the fraction. This is a tricky question and you cannot solve it by mathematical deduction. Let's see why it is so. Assume x and y as numerator and denominator of the fraction. After both its numerator and denominator is increased by 2, the new fraction exceeds the original fraction by 1 by 24. This is what happened in the problem, isn't it? You can express this situation by the equation x plus 2 divided by y plus 2 minus x by y equal to 1 by 24. This is a two-variable equation, and to solve for values of x and y, you need one more equation that you don't have. That's why we have said you cannot solve the problem by mathematical deduction. But don't worry, we'll solve the problem quickly enough using basic properties of fraction, mathematical reasoning and test with trial values. Subtracting 1 from the first term and adding 1 to the second term, the equation is changed to x minus y times 1 by y plus 2 minus 1 by y equal to 2 times y minus x divided by y times y plus 2 equal to 1 by 24. Or y minus x equal to y square plus 2y divided by 48. You have to find the value of y minus x. Difference of denominator and numerator of a fraction must always be an integer. So y minus x to be an integer, y square plus 2y must be a multiple of 48. We'll try out promising values of y to make y square plus 2y a multiple of 48. For y equal to 5, y square plus 2y equal to 35, which is less than 48. But with y equal to 6, y square plus 2y equal to 48 and y minus x equal to 1. It is enough to get one choice value satisfying all the problem conditions in an MCQ. So answer is option A, 1. Last question. The incomes of A, B and C are in the ratio of 7:9:12 and the spendings are in the ratio of 8:9:15. If A saves 1/4 of his income, then find the ratio of savings of A, B and C. We will use 8-step reintroduction technique for solving this awkward problem. The concept is, if a ratio of incomes A, B and C is 7:9:12, the ratio term values 7, 9 and 12 are not the actual incomes of A, B and C. While forming the ratio, all common factors of the three incomes, which is their HCF, has been eliminated to form the ratio term values. So if you multiply these term values by the cancelled out HCF, say X, you would get the actual income values. Let's assume cancelled out HCF of the first ratio of incomes as X and of the second ratio of spendings as Y. Multiply the ratio term values with corresponding cancelled out HCF to get the actual values. You would get the transformed ratio of incomes as 7x:9x:12x, where 7x, 9x and 12x are the actual incomes. Similarly, the transformed ratio of spendings is 8y:9y:15y, where 8y, 9y and 15y are the actual spendings of A, B and C respectively. Now after spending from income you save. So savings is the difference between the income and the spending. For A, savings is 1/4 of income or 1/4 of 7x. So spending must be 3/4 of 7x equal to 8y, or x equal to 32/21 times y. Taking up savings of A first, it is 7x/4 equal to 56/21 times y. Savings of B next is 9 times x minus y equal to 9y times 32/21 minus 1 equal to 99y/21, and savings for C is 12x minus 15y equal to 3 times 4x minus 5y equal to 3y times 128/21 minus 5 equal to 69/21 times y. Take the ratio of the three and you would get the answer as 56:99:69. Answer is option C, 56:99:69. For detailed solutions, read our article in suresolve.com with its link in the description. Lastly, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for latest uploads. Thanks for watching.